cooking up a $5 meal challenge. I have a family of 9, and I challenged myself to make a meal for $5 or less. And I'm doing it right now, and you're gonna see what I have. And on my little board over there, I wrote down the price of everything so we can add it all up. And I am praying to God that I can be under $5 to prove that a family as large as mine or bigger could eat for $5 and not go without. So stay tuned and see what I have. So for this $5 meal challenge, it is hosted by Ingrid over at Mommy Mia Homeschool Chronicles. So links below will be to the playlist and to her channel. And you can watch the others that are participating in this challenge as well to see what foods and meals they came up with and what awesome deals they might have gotten using coupons or sales for their meal foods. And just so you know, this is going to be a Trim Healthy Mama meal that I'm making for $5 or less. This is all food that is on plan for Trim Healthy Mama. I am also using my Kusori pressure cooker that I got to review, and this is an awesome pressure cooker. If you are in the need of a pressure cooker, go past Instapot and go right to Kusori because it is awesome. It is lower in price and it does just the same things as that does, and it comes with better stuff too. So on with the show. So I have it on saute, and I'm going to put in my onion because I already put some coconut oil in it. I'm going to let this cook up for a little bit. These are the spices that I'm using. I have cumin, garlic salt, parsley, and salt. And I'm also going to be adding, for extra garlic, I'm going to be adding some minced garlic. And the spices were included free as part of the menu, so I don't have to mark down the cost of the spices. So I'm probably going to add a good tablespoon of minced garlic. Cook all that up a little bit. So to show you that I have seasoned ground beef, here's my frozen ground beef. It's already cooked. This is a half a pound or a pound and a half of the meat that I got marked down. So I'm going to add that. The wonderful thing about I keep wanting to call it a slow cooker. I bet you others are saying that too. Your pressure cookers is that you can add frozen foods to it and cook. Now, to show you that I have a half a bag, see? A half a bag of corn. And here are my white beans. These are white Great Northern beans. These beans were free. Months ago, I was given beans, and then I cooked them up in the slow cooker, and then I put them in these baggies frozen. And so I'm using this today to put in to help. And plus, it was free. Somebody gave me the beans. I did not buy them. Let's see if I can get them out. You know, I'm going to have to pop this in the microwave. I'll be right back. So I just microwaved it so I can break it up. See, now I can get them out. I am not following a recipe. I'm totally playing it by ear. I'm winging it. Sometimes those recipes, right, that you make that you're winging it, turn out to be one of the most delicious dinners, aren't they? So let's move this around. It smells good. It smells like tacos. That cumin is yummy. Now, I am out of chili powder, which for some reason, I seem to always be out of chili powder. If you watch my other videos, the same thing happened before. Well, I thought I bought some, but I didn't. That's how it always is. You can add some chili powder to this to make it more taco-y, chili-y, you know what I mean, right? All right, so what I'm going to do now is get some broth. All right, so I'm going to start off with adding 4 cups of water. And I'm going to add, I think, 2 more. All right, so here's 2 more cups of water. And I'm going to use, better than bouillon. I probably should have bought some beef, but I don't, so I'm going to use the chicken. And I may use almost the rest of it. Chicken will still be good. Chicken broth will still work. Plus, cooking this in the pressure cooker, I'm going to get a lot of flavors out of all the ingredients into the water that you wouldn't normally get if you cooked it in the slow cooker or on the stove. So that'll all blend together. And I think that's it. That is all that I have planned on putting in here. I'm going to put on my lid and set my timer up. There's my lid. And I'll bring you down here so that you can see. All right, we're gonna turn this off. Where is, you have an off button? Stop. I'm looking for off, that's why I didn't see stop. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to press, I press the soup button and it is on, what does that say? Medium. And then for the Kasori, which is different from the Instant Pot, if you have the name brand of an Instant Pot, if you stop touching the buttons within like 5 seconds, it turns on. This one actually has a start button, which I just love. And then you need to look up here, and the gauge needs to be on locked. And this is the little steam gauge. When it is popped up, it is up to pressure. When it is falling down, that means it is undone, just like the Instant Pot one. All right, so we're gonna let this build pressure and cook up, and I'll come back when it's done. All right, so it's been 7 minutes since my soup was done, so I'm gonna press stop on, whoops, sorry, that was start. I'm gonna press stop on my Kasori, and I'm going to release the pressure. As you can see, the knob is up, and I'm going to release the pressure. Do not be afraid of your pressure cookers. They are made so well that nothing will happen. Nothing's gonna explode. Nothing, you're not gonna get hurt. All right? The biggest worry I have with this is the steam that comes out and how high it goes. See, it goes way up here, way up high, the steam. So don't be afraid. Just use your pressure cooker. All right, so I'll come back and open this when it's done. So it'll just be a couple minutes. All right, so it is done. As you can see, that little knobby thing went down. And now I'm going to turn this and open it. Oh, this smells so good. Don't you love that? See how the water turned into this great broth? All right, as you can see inside, I have everything's all cooked, everything's thawed, the meat's all broken up, the beans, can you see that? Oh, this smells so good. Now, I do have some leftover rice that is free because it was from an event that we went to. And so I'm going to put like a scoop of rice in the bottom of the bowls of soup for my children to make it a little bit more hearty. And it is a white rice. It's a seasoned Mexican rice. So my husband and I, well, he can have some if he wants to, but I'm going to choose not to have any to keep it on plan for Trim Healthy Mama. Because right now, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of beans in this. If you follow Trim Healthy Mama, there's not a whole lot of corn, and there's not a whole lot of beans. So this is a light S because there's nothing heavy in it. But, well, maybe not necessarily because of the meat. But I rinsed the meat really well. There is not a whole lot of carbs in this right now. Oh, I cannot wait to eat this. I am so curious of what this broth is going to taste like. Right. Can I turn you off? You beeped at me. So I'm going to let this sit here for a minute, and I'm going to come up with a bread idea since I just tallied up how much this soup costs, and I cannot wait to tell you how cheap this is. Okay? This totally is a poor man's taco soup. I'm going to have to write down the recipe for this so that people can recreate this.
You want the big one?
To go along with our soup, this is the rice that I mentioned that they're going to be putting in the bottom of their bowl. And this is just like I said, this was leftovers from an event. So, you know, I didn't pay for it, it's free. And these are hamburger buns. We had hamburgers for dinner last night and I took all the leftover hamburger buns. So if you want to include this, I would say, let's see, the 12 pack of buns cost 99 cents. So I would say maybe 50 cents, 40 cents, because I think this is 5 buns or 6, I'm not sure. I rolled them flat with my rolling pin. I put butter and garlic powder on them and then put them on here. Now, when I was a teenager, I remember going out to eat with my parents. If we went to Wendy's, they used to have this mini salad bar at Wendy's, probably in the late 80s, early 90s. And they had these on the salad bar. And that's what I remembered from. So that's what I made for the kids. And then I took Joseph's Pita, which is a Trim Healthy Mama bread that we can have, a high fiber bread. I cut it in half. It's a pita bread. And I made pita chips. And I just put butter on them for us. So I'm going to have 2 for my husband and 2 for me. So that's what I have for us. But I just wanted to show you this. This is like super, super cheap. So now I'm going to assemble everything. Right. So I'm going to take some soup or some rice, put it in a bowl. See, I ran out of bowls. I think some are dirty. So I'm just going to put some in the bottom of the bowls for the kids. I'm using my souffle cups or whatever these are, so that they have some in there, you know, like a filler. Yes, I'm making a mess because I'm talking while I do this. Let's see, I need to leave 2 empty so that my husband and I don't get any rice, because this is off-plan rice. And I need a new, what's it called? Some sort of soup spoon, because we use it for the rice, or the ice, not the rice. Okay, here's the soup. And there it goes. Here is my bowl of soup. We have extra cheese to put on top. I'm drinking water, which is, we always drink water, my tortilla things. And the kids are eating all of their foods, and we give it
but also on a scale of 1 to 1,000, 1,000.
Jackson loves this soup. Abigail's already done. How do you guys like it?
I'll give it a 10.
Yeah. Dad, have you tasted it?
Nope. I give it 100.
Oh, Abigail gave it 100.
I gave it 1,000.
Wow.
I would give it a 1.
A 1, yeah, because you don't eat food. I hardly gave you any. All right, I'm going to taste it and see how I like it. Now, if you follow Trim Healthy Mama, this is a Trim Healthy Mama S. And because there's not a whole lot of beans in it, a whole lot of corn. Oh, it's bad lighting. I look like yellow. Did I come out yellow? Mm-hmm. All right, I just took a spoonful of this. This is really good.
I want to say hi. Hi.
All right, I'm going to write down what I put in this because this turned out to be really good. And I fed everybody for under $5. As soon as I'm done eating, I'm going to go over to the board where I wrote down all the ingredients, and I'm going to let you see there's proof that everything is under $5. And also, I have a picture and I don't know if I'm going to add the video. I'll add the picture of how the meat, because I got 3 pounds of meat that was $5 off. So that's how I got this under the amount of money with feeding everybody. And everything else was like staples. Like I told you, the rice was free. The beans were free. The stock and all the spices don't count. And then I think I counted the corn, right? Yeah, the corn I counted. So I'm going to eat, and then we're going to write down how much it all costed. And they like those bun things too, don't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just sprinkled garlic powder and butter on them. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to go eat. See you later. Hey everyone. I just finished cleaning up from dinner, and I wanted to share with you the breakdown of the cost of tonight's meal. I just made myself a cup of coffee, got it in my awesome Ember. This thing is amazing. If you are considering buying one of these, it is a coffee mug that keeps itself heated. It is awesome. And you know what? Oh my word, I've drank so much tea when I was not feeling well, and it kept my tea nice and hot. It's amazing how fantastic this thing is. Anyway, so here's my breakdown. I got this little dry erase board that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I don't know, is it going to be backwards to you guys or not? I don't know. I think I'll turn the camera around. But I broke it all down and I marked off the things because there are some foods that, I'm sorry, I'm in the dark. There we go. There are some foods that I used that are allowed to be considered for free because it was like household staples, and that is even though the beans were already free, but they would be considered free. And the spices and the onion and the broth, okay, those were all considered that I didn't have to count them into my meal. Just to say, I did not buy anything special for this dinner also. This soup I made totally out of pantry also. It, so I'm going to turn the camera on so you can see it, and I'll, you know, go through it that way. All right, so here's my board. The 1.5 pounds of meat cost roughly $2.50. The beans were free, the spices were free, the half a bag of corn, which I already had in my freezer probably for a while now, but I added the 44 cents to it anyway because it is food that I added to it. The quarter of an onion would have been 20 cents, but that was considered one of the free foods, and so was the broth. And I used the better than bouillon, so it was a little bit more costly. And then this might be considered part of being free, but I'm including it because the hamburger buns that I made into garlic breads, it was roughly 5 to 6 buns, which was half of the pack, and the full 12 pack was 99 cents. So I'm going to add 50 cents for the buns, and then I used one pita bread, that is a Trim Healthy Mama friendly pita bread, that roughly cost 54 cents because it was a 6-pack, and they're like $3.23 at Walmart for the 6-pack. So I just divided it, and it got roughly 53 cents. So if that is considered to be added to the meal, you know, sometimes you just need some bread to go with dinner, especially a soup. And that was it. All right. Nobody else complained about being hungry except one child after dinner, and I just let him make a sandwich. So as you can see, before I had everything, it was $3.74. This is before the bread. And then I got to take off the onion and the broth, so it came down to $3.14. And then adding the breads, it came to $4.18. $4.18. I just fed a family of 9 for $4.18. So I bought stuff for the meal. It was $3.14, okay? But you add the bread, and it came to $4.18 because the breads came to $1.04. So you do the math, figure out if I should add the bread or not. Put me down in the comments. Tell me what you think, if you would add the buns and what you would add. See, I could even if I add these two things, I'm still under budget because that's 60 cents. I would be at $4.78. I would still be under budget. I was consider having a salad, but I decided not to. And that would have only been like, you know, a quarter, you know, to have some lettuce and a couple slices of green pepper on it or something. So as you can see, this was a success. You can feed a family of 9 for under $5. So if you would like to join this $5 meal challenge and you have a YouTube channel, go ahead and make sure you give credit to Ingrid, who is the host, and get her channel link and the playlist link, and go check out everyone else who is participating to see what creative ways they came up with to feed their families for $5 or less. And it does not need to be a dinner. It could have been breakfast or lunch. Like if you have an inexpensive oatmeal or egg recipe or pancakes or something, that's reasonably priced. So go ahead and check out the other videos, and I'm so thankful that you I'm thankful that you joined me today in this video. And so I proved to everybody, I challenged myself. I fed all these people for $4.18. Praise the Lord for that. All right, so I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye. Be a blessing.